So, good day everyone. We will now be discussing our last topic for this lesson. Our last module will be about inductive derivation of the volume formulas for rectangular pyramids and prisms. So, before we start, let's identify the objectives for this lesson. At the end of this lesson, the students must be able to first describe the geometric characteristics of a rectangular pyramid and prisms. Okay, then number two, demonstrate the inductive reasoning in deriving the formulas of volumes of a rectangular pyramid and prisms. And lastly, apply the inductive reasoning in solving word problems involving volume of a rectangular pyramid and prism. So first, dapat ma-identify nyo kung ano yung characteristics ng isang rectangular prism, kung paano siya o kailan siya matatawag na isang rectangular prism and pyramid. Then, kailangan matutunan din natin kung paano yung mag-derive ng formulas. From volume formulas, kailangan natin i-derive yung mga different components or mga hinahanap sa isang word problem. For example, kailangan natin alamin kung paano hanapin yung length, if missing yung length from the volume formula. And matututunan natin yan mamaya. Then, lastly, kailangan natin i-apply yung deriving ng formula ng volume sa pag-solve ng mga word problems. May mga isa-solve tayo mamaya mga word problems, and I encourage you na maghanap pa ng ibang examples para ma-practice yung skills natin. Now, we will start the discussion. First, let's introduce this will be a recall from your previous lessons. Let's define a prism first. Based sa definition natin dito, prism is a three-dimensional geometric shape with two parallel congruent bases. So, in geometry, pag sinabi natin congruent, it is identical or the same. Then, i-take note natin to mamaya. I-drawing natin or i-visualize natin kung ano ba yung definition. Congruent bases connected by rectangular or parallelogram faces. Its bases can be any polygon, and the sides, yung lateral faces niya, are created by joining corresponding vertices of the two bases. So, para mas ma-visualize natin kung ano ba yung ibig sabihin nito, pupunta tayo sa next, i-visualize natin to through drawing. Now, sabi daw, parallel congruent yung bases niya. So, yung top and bottom, yun yung tatawagin nating bases or yung tinatawag na bases when it comes to prisms. So, if meron tayong ganitong figure, let's say, a circle yung base natin. Then, sabi daw, nagjo-join daw sila sa mga vertices nung shape. So, let's assume, dito yung vertex niya. Ayan. Matatawag ba natin na prism kapag ang base ay isang circle? Okay. I want you to think of that. Now, if your answer is yes, well, I'm sorry, pero mali yung sagot nyo. Kasi, ano bang sabi sa definition? The bases should be a polygon. So, is a circle a polygon? No. So, ang tawag natin sa figure na to ay isang cylinder. Cylinder yan and not a prism. So, para matawag nating prism, kailangan polygon yung faces niya. And in this lesson, we will be discussing rectangular prisms. So, i-visualize natin kung paano ba yung rectangular prism. So, let's say, yung base natin is a square. And a square is a rectangle. Yan, a rectangular shape. Let's assume na ito yung base natin. So, meron daw tayong two parallel congruent na faces. So, kailangan identical sila. Then, sabi din, nagko-connect sila sa mga vertices niya. So, dito sa point na to, ibayin natin yung color. Yan. Dito, kailangan may connection yan going dito sa bottom. Yan. Lahat yan, pati yung sa likod. Gawin natin broken line. Yan. So, pag ganyan ang figure natin, matatawag natin siyang prism. Meron tayong polygon na face, dalawa yan, and parallel and congruent, and nagko-connect sila sa vertices nila. So, like that, na-define natin yung prism. Now, yung second na shape natin, or three-dimensional shape rather, is a pyramid. And by definition, pyramids, it is a three-dimensional geometric figure that has a polygonal bases and a triangular faces, all of which meet at a point known as the apex. Base can be any polygon, and triangular faces meet each side of the base with the apex. So, illustrate ulit natin. Bakit? Ayan. So, illustrate natin yung isang pyramid. So, yung base niya, again, must be a polygon. So, kung magiging circle yan, syempre, wala yung vertices. Pero, let's assume, yan, ganyan yung mangyayari niyan. If circle ang base, so, magiging isa siyang cone and not a pyramid. So yung base natin ay dapat isang polygon, then yung vertices niya ay nagmi-meet sa isang apex or yung gitna. Let's assume ito yung gitna nung not necessary na nasa gitna, pero yung kung saan sila nagkikita o yung mga faces nila, yun yung tinatawag na vertex. So, triangular yung face niya. Pakita natin, one triangle as a base. Then, the second triangle is the base. Then, yung third, ito. Then, yung fourth, ito. Yan. And nagmi-meet sila dito sa point na to, tinatawag na vertex. So, a more clear illustration will be like this. We have the base, then we have the triangular faces. Yan. So, most popular example ng isang pyramid ay yung makikita natin sa Egypt. Anong mga pyramid yon? Okay, lagay niyo sa recitation. Okay. Now, done na tayo sa first part ng ating lesson, which is defining the characteristics of a pyramid and a prism. Now, sa second part, we will now look at the volume of each three-dimensional shape. Now, for the volume of the prism, it is equal to the base area times height, or length times width times height. Now, for our illustration again, tingnan natin bakit naging ganito yung formula natin. Hindi naman pwedeng na may formula lang tayo, hindi natin alam kung paano siya nakuha. So, sabi daw for a prism, yung formula niya ay volume is equals to base area times height. Okay, y. So, sabi kanina, yung, sorry, yan. Sabi sa definition natin kanina, yung base ng isang prism ay isang polygon, then nagko-connect siya pataas dun sa isa pang base which is identical sa kanya. Yan. Ganyan. So, i-dissect muna natin yung first part nung formula which is the base area. So, pag sinabi nating base area, ito yung area nung bottom. Yung base 1. Sabi, i-label natin siyang base 1. So, ikunin natin tong shape na to here. And makikita natin na isa siyang polygon which is a rectangular shape. Then, yung area niyan is, diba, length times width. Makukuha natin yung area. Yan. Makukuha natin yan. So, bakit natin ito times sa height? Kasi, kung i-imagine natin, yung height, which is ito, yan yung height. Meron daw ganon kadaming bases na pinagpatong-patong yung patong-patong same dun sa amount ng height or yung haba ng height. So, ibig sabihin, pag lagyan natin ng value ngayon, meron tayong 5 and 6 as width and length. So, yung magiging base area natin, pag pinag-multiply natin yung length and width is 30. Then, meron tayong base, pagawin natin yung kulay. Meron tayong base area is equal to 30. Now, kung yung height natin is h is equal to wait na natin mas madaling number. Meron tayong base area na 3, height na 3. So, merong tatlong ulit nentong base na pinagpatong-patong para mabuo yung prism natin. Kaya i-multiply natin siya sa 3 which is yung height niya. Now, ganito. Bibigyan ko kayo ng isa pang mas clear na illustration. Kung meron tayong mga box dyan, yan, box 5, tapos 6 sa side na to, 4, 5, then 6, then 3 times pataas, 3 times yan. So, ilang box daw na gantong maliliit yung meron dito sa figure na to. So, 5 times 6, 30, tapos tatlong ulit yung height. Ang makukuha natin ay ilan? 90. So, meron tayong 90 na box dito sa prism natin. So, ganon nakuha yung volume ng isang prism. Now, moving on for the volume of the pyramid. So, by definition, the volume of a pyramid can be calculated using the formula volume is equal to 1/3 times base area times height. Now, as you notice, etong part na to, ayan, Ano yan? Yan yung volume formula for prism. Then, ano yung relation niya ngayon ng prism and pyramid? Ito, yung 1/3. So, 1/3 daw ng prism or volume ng prism is yung volume ng pyramid. So, you may ask why. Bakit 1/3 ng volume ng prism is equal sa pyramid? So, eto. Tingnan natin itong figure na to. Before ko i-discuss further yung volume ng pyramid. Ano yung napansin nyo sa figure na to? So, itong bigger figure na to is a cube or a rectangular prism. And nung dinisect siya, meron tong tatlong shape na to. At i-illustrate ko siya para mas makita nyo kung ano ba yung shape na yan. Ito. Same with this. Yung isa sa mga shape na yan, pwedeng ito, itong green. Pag inayos, will be like this. Meron sa likod. Then, ito. Well, it's a pyramid. Tatlong pyramid daw ay makakabuo ng isang prism. So, yun yung relation ng prism and pyramid. Kapag hinati mo sa tatlo, yung volume ng pyramid with the same yung volume ng isang prism pag hinati mo sa tatlo, as long as same ng width, length, and height yung prism na yon sa pyramid na hinahanap natin, is 1/3 ng prism na yon yung volume ng pyramid. So if yung dimensions ng isang pyramid ay same dun sa kanina, merong length na 6, width na 5, and height na 3. Ibig sabihin niya, pag pinag-multiply natin tong 5, 6, 3, ano yung makukuha natin? 90. So, hindi naman 90 yung final na volume ng shape na to. Kailangan natin siya i-multiply sa 1/3 para makuha yung sagot. And ano yung 1/3 ng 90? It is 30. So, yung volume ng pyramid na to is 30. Now, I hope na explain ko ng maliwanag yung different volume formulas for pyramid and prism. Now, moving on sa last part ng discussion natin is the derivation. So, pwede nyo i-review sa module yung steps ng pagkuha ng yung example natin dito is pagkuha ng length and height for prism and pyramid respectively. Pero ipapakita ko ng step by step kung paano natin makukuha using inductive reasoning. Now, for prism, we have the volume formula of volume formula of volume is equal to base area times height, or we can write this as volume is equal to length times width times height. Now, yung gusto nating mahanap or malaman na formula is formula ng length. So, paano natin makukuha yung formula ng length using inductive reasoning? Now, we know daw na yung volume is equal to length times width times height. Now, gusto nating i-isolate dito sa isang side yung length. Iiwan natin siya sa isang side. Now, para makuha yun, kailangan nating i-divide both sides sa height and width. Bakit? Kasi yun yung kabaliktaran or yun yung kabaliktaran ng width ng multiplication rather. Now, divide natin yung both sides sa width times height. Then, dahil ginawa natin siya dito, gagawin din natin siya sa volume na side or sa left side over width times height. Now, dito sa right side, pwede natin i-cancel ito since naka-multiply siya. Now, we will get length is equal to volume with height. Now, na-isolate na ba natin yung length sa isang side? Now, oo. So, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as length is equal to volume over or divided by width times height. Or pwede natin siyang basahin as length is equal to volume over the product of width and height. Yan. So, same process lang yung gagawin natin with kung gusto natin makuha yung width or yung height. Now, pwede nating gawin ulit yon. Ngayon, hanapin natin yung width. So, next page. Pero, gusto ko naman kunin yung width, pero ang gagamitin kong formula itong length. Pwede kaya yun, tingnan natin. Gusto natin makuha yung width using yung length formula. So, length is equal to volume over width times height. Ngayon, kailangan nating i-isolate yung width sa isang side para siya yung makuha natin. Now, yung first step dito, since magkasama si width at height and divide yon sa volume, pwede natin gawin yung kabaliktaran nun, which is multiply. So, pwede nating i-multiply both side sa width and height. So, pwede natin siyang i-times sa width times height. Then, gagawin natin sa kabila. Yan. Both sides. So, pwede natin itong makancel dito sa side na to. And, i-rewrite natin siya. And, magiging width times height times length is equal to V. So, mapapansin natin na bumalik tayo sa original volume formula. So, madali na to kasi alam na natin kung ano yung gagawin. Gagawin lang din natin yung ginawa natin sa length. Pero ngayon, dapat yung width yung matitira. So, i-divide natin yung both side sa height and length. Yan, over height times length. Cancel. Gagawin din natin sa kabila. Height times length. Now, write natin width is equal to volume over height times length. Ngayon, nakuha na natin yung width using yung length formula. Now, ganun mag-derive ng formula. Now, i-apply natin siya sa sa volume ng pyramid. Yan. Now, yung volume ng pyramid is volume is equal to 1/3 times base area, pero re-write na natin siya as length times width times height. Yan. Ito, pwede natin i-write tong whole formula na to as volume is equal to length times width times height is equal to 3. Since, sabi natin kanina sa definition, yung volume ng isang prism divided by 3 or 1/3 ng prism, volume of prism is volume ng pyramid. So, ito lang din yun. Yan. Length times width times height, volume yan ng prism over 3, volume ng pyramid. Yan. Ngayon, gusto nating makuha yung height naman. So, gusto natin makuha yung height. Ngayon, i-isolate ulit natin yung both sides. I-isolate natin yung height sa isang side. Ngayon, first step natin is etong 3. Siya yung pwede nating galawin or pwede nating i-cancel para mapunta sa kabila. So, pwede natin siyang i-multiply sa 3 both sides times 3. Times 3. Yan. Cancel. Now, 3v is equal to length times width times height. Now, eto, nakita na natin yan kanina dun sa ginagawa natin sa prism. So, dahil gusto natin makuha yung height, pwede nating i-divide both sides sa length, sa product ng length and width. Length times width. Yan. Cancel. Now, rewrite natin, height is equal to 3v over length times width. Yan. Ngayon, sa pag-derive ng formula ng pyramid, ganito yung process natin. Yan. So, if gusto nating makuha yung length naman, ngayon, same process na ginawa natin sa pyramid or sa prism rather, height, from height formula naman, height is equal to 3v over width times length. So, kung gusto natin makuha yung length, ang una natin gagawin, multiply natin yung both sides sa width times length. Cancel. Right. Height is equal to now, as I was saying, yan. Multiply natin both sides sa product ng width and length. Width times length. So, namatay yung pen ko. Yan. Both sides. Cancel dito. Then, pwede natin i-rewrite which na magiging height times width times length is equal to 3v. Now, gusto nating makuha yung length this time. So, from this, pwede nating i-divide tong side na to, yung may length, sa height and width naman. Over height times width. Cancel. Height times width. So, rewrite yung formula. Length is equal to 3V over height times width. Yan. So, nakapag-derive na ulit tayo ng length. Now, yan yung end ng reasoning natin for derivation of volume formula ng prism and pyramid. Now for your application, etong test your understanding, gusto kong sagutan nyo to. Madali naman yan kasi halos nagawa na natin yan lahat kanina. Gusto ko lang ilagay nyo or kayo na magkompleto ng table na to. So, for the problem solving naman, sasagutan natin yung 1 for problem solving, then yung 2, kayo yung magsasagot niyan for your homework. Now, yung problem natin, problem number 1, a rectangular pyramid has a volume of 360 centimeters squared and a base area of 120 centimeters. A rectangular pyramid has a volume of 360 centimeter cube and a base area of 120 centimeters squared. Question number 1, find its height. Question number 2, given that its base length is 12 centimeter, find its base width. Yan. So, sagutan natin yung A, find its height. Now, yung volume daw ng ating shape natin, rectangular pyramid. Take note, na pyramid yung hinahanap natin. 1. Given it's a pyramid. Sorry. Number 1 is a pyramid. Then yung given volume natin is volume is equal to 360 centimeter cube. Then, ano yung isa pa natin given? Base area of base area of 120 centimeter squared. Yan. Para ma-visualize natin kung paano yung gagawin natin, i-rewrite natin yung formula natin. Ano yung formula natin for pyramid? Pyramid is equal to volume is equal to base area or length times width times height over 3. Now, ang hinahanap daw natin is height. So, based na nakuha natin kanina, ano daw yung height? Paano natin makukuha yung height? Height is equal to, o kung hindi nyo alam, kung hindi nyo panandaan, i-apply yung natutunan. Mag-inductive reasoning para makuha yung height. Pero height is equal to 3V over base area. Yan. Or length times width. Yan. So, substitute yung given height is equal to volume 360 cm cube. Yung centimeter cube, unit yan. Tapos, yung constant natin na 3, ayan, nakamultiply sa 3. Then, yung given na base area na 120 cm squared. 120 cm squared. Now, multiply. sorry. Multiply natin. 360 times 3 is equal to 0. 3 times 6 is 8. 18. Carry 1. 3, 9. 1080 centimeter cube over 120 centimeter squared. Now, yung height natin is equal to divide, is equal to 9 unit cm centimeter na lang kasi 3 divided by pagka yan pag nagde-divide tayo ng exponents, minus lang natin yung minus natin yung exponents. Yan. So yung height natin is 9 cm. 9 cm yung height. Now, question number 2. Given that its base length is 12, find its base width. Yan. So, sabi daw, yung length is 12. May bago tayong given. Base length is equal to 12 cm. Given to. Find the base width. Ano yan? So, paano natin makukuha yung base width? Derive. Ano yung nakuha natin kanina na formula ng base width? So, kung di nyo matandaan, mag-derive. Width for pyramid to is equal to width is equal to 3v over length times height. Yan. So, substitute natin yung mga nakuha natin na values. So, width is equal to 3 times 360 cm cube over length binigay yung 12 cm times height. Ito yung 9 cm. Width is equal to solve nyo, makakalki kayo. So, kung ang nakuha nyo ay 10 cm, your answer is right. Yan. So, ganun solve na pyramid problem if nawawala yung height and base width. So, para hindi kayo mahirapan, kailangan nyo munang isulat yung volume formula. Then, kung ano yung hinahanap ng problem, i-rewrite nyo or i-derive nyo yung variable na yon. So, again, yung table, assignment nyo, then question number 2, sagutan as an assignment. Now, that's the end of our lesson. I hope na na-explain ko ng maayos yung lesson natin. So, good job kung nasagutan nyo, and thank you.